and powerful politicians use their office to help other wealthy and well-connected people while our families get left behind. So I'm not here as a career politician. You guys have seen me in the early days not know much and being a real young candidate. You guys have seen me grow up a little bit in the public spotlight as far as my political chops go. But I'm just someone who's lived what so many of us are all going through, trying to raise a family, stay healthy, and build a future in a system that feels like it was designed to leave us all behind. And so I'm running because, like so many of you, I believe that every single one of us deserves freedom. The freedom to care for our families without going bankrupt when someone gets sick. We should have the freedom to decide what happens to our own bodies. The freedom to make a good living and to retire with dignity. And the freedom to drink clean water, breathe clean air, and leave something better behind. But those freedoms are under attack right now, and not just by one politician, it's by an entire class of people in Washington who have simply forgotten who they work for. And it isn't just about my opponent, Dr. the allergist who won't stay out of our gynecologist's office lady, healthcare glutton Bob Onder. He's not just the only problem. You know, the guy who helped overturn Clean Missouri, who wants to make the rest of the U.S. a right-to-work state, who has wholeheartedly rolled over and supplicated, given away all of his power to an unchecked executive branch. He has not just given away his own power, he has given away our power, and we must hold him accountable. But it's more than just healthcare glutton Dr. Bob. It's about every single politician who is more focused on doing the bidding of lobbyists and billionaires than the people they were elected to represent. It's taking on corruption and special interests, and it's about holding them accountable, those who walk the halls of power in Capitol Hill, not to fight for us, but to cash in on their personal connections, cut deals behind closed doors, and protect their handful of wealthy donors and wealthy friends at the expense of everyone else. But the truth is that so many of our neighbors, they've placed our hope and their trust in them. We understand this especially in the redder parts of our district, where we've seen Republican supermajorities for over 20 years. Many of our neighbors have put our trust in these elected representatives. They placed their dreams in the promise of a better America in them. An America that once felt possible. Instead, they got stripped down healthcare, closed down hospitals, wages that don't keep up, and schools that don't stay funded. We all get told to work harder while wealthy politicians just hand the rich another tax break. So let me be clear about what's at stake here, about what these corrupt billionaires and the politicians that they've purchased, what they've done, and what they're still doing. And when I say politicians, I mean people like Dr. Bob Onder, who just voted to gut healthcare and Missouri Health Net for Missourians. In Missouri, that means that over 750,000 people are projected to lose their Medicaid coverage due to these reckless budget cuts. This includes 660,000 children, almost 110,000 seniors, 186,000 people with disabilities. And since 2014, we've seen 21 hospitals out here in Missouri have already closed. Another 25 are at risk. Our estimates are that 29 of our nursing care centers will be closed down as well. And this is thanks to a system that rewards wealth over wellness. And this isn't an accident. This is a choice, and it is a choice to put profits before people. It's the choice to control our lives instead of giving us the tools to live them with dignity. My dad was a veteran. He died waiting for a VA bed. So I have zero patience for political hacks in DC who will slash over 40,000 VA jobs. That number has grown since I wrote this remark. While they're handing out tax bailouts to billionaires. We should be funding the VA fully, no red tape with no excuses, and not one more dime to billionaires while our veterans and the working people here in this country are dying for preventable illnesses as well. But we deserve more. We deserve more. We deserve a government that sees us, that values us, where our leaders don't go and carve up a map to let us know which part of their population they choose to serve. We deserve a government that fights for us, that fights for our freedom to live a decent life, no matter what our race, faith, income, or zip code is. Because we deserve the freedom to get the care that we need without fearing a bill that we can't afford. We deserve to raise our communities, or raise our kids in communities that are safe, supported, and thriving. We deserve to show up who we are authentically in public, in policy, and in power. And we deserve to have a real voice in the decisions that shape our lives, with leaders who actually answer to us. And so we're building a movement here, and this isn't just a campaign, we're building something bigger. We're building a movement of people who are done being used, overlooked, and underestimated. We're building a movement of union workers, farmers, veterans, public school teachers, parents, small business owners, scientists, and people who have struggled and stayed and struggled and fought to make life better here, even when those in charge have refused to fight for us. I am really excited to let you all know that because of our hard work over these past election cycles in 2024, we ran one of the best Democratic campaigns in the Midwest. When I started out, we were at an R plus 26. That was our Cook score. It was very heavily Republican. We moved the needle quite a bit this last cycle, and we are now in the R plus 12 territory, which puts us in dangerously close to flip territory. And if you talk to Suzanne, you talk to Stacy, you talk to all of these awesome people who are out here now running races. We're running candidates in part of the state that never used to see a Democrat on the ballot. Last year, we ran so many people in previously uncontested seats that we had an increase of 63% more people running for office. And that's the hard work of all of us organizing. And because of all of our hard work, it allowed me to bring on better resources for this next campaign. So I'm really happy to let you guys know that I've hired on Bernie Sanders' political director out of Nevada in 2020. So somehow I've been able to do the impossible, but it's all because of your help. I was able to get the Missouri Democrats, who were excited to ask me to run, and then also the Bernie team, who also is excited to have me run. So we're gonna have more resources this time. I'm gonna have the Bernie phone banking, text banking, canvassing crew, canvassing team. They've got me already. You guys are gonna be so proud to hear I'm doing my call time. But I'm on the phone asking for resources for our state. It's my new part-time job that I'm doing on top of everything else. But it's important because we are in very unprecedented times. Earlier today, I met with a whole group of retired federal workers who are extremely concerned with the nature of what's going on at the federal level. From the federal government terminating the union contracts, the EPA, I learned that they also terminated FEMA, the union representation in FEMA. We are in some pretty dark places. But collectively, together, we are building so much momentum that Bob Onder's already out in DC trying to rename the Kennedy Center, but most importantly, use his clout to push his 7-1 gerrymandered map on the rest of the state. And I don't know if you guys have looked at all the proposals, but I've seen like 9 different maps floating around, and they all make Bob Onder's 3rd district a little safer. And it seems to rub some other Republicans the wrong way because they don't want that map. There still are people out there, not just Democrats, but moderates and Republicans, who still do believe in a representative democracy, and they think that some of these extreme candidates are pushing the needle a little more. So we can capitalize on reaching some of those voters, but really, at the end of the day, what's going to win these elections is everything that happens in the margin. It's gonna be that one action that we're all taking every day to get there. And it's going to take coalitions of all of us working together to make it happen. Now my team, they specialize in red to blue flips, especially in surprise places. And one of the most notable places that they flipped was Representative Pelotola's seat up in Alaska. They flipped her from red to blue, or flipped that seat from red to blue, and then they also worked for her re-election too. So we are noticing that there are these spots where people have not traditionally gone out canvassing, they haven't been reaching voters, they haven't been getting messaging out on top of a good ground game, and that's what's going to win. That's what's going to beat Bob Onder's big money. It's a good ground game, it's people powered, and it's a movement that we can all take ownership of and all be part of. And it is so amazing when you say the catalyst, Suzanne. We're all in this together, and it's gonna take all of us cheering each other on and doing the work every day to make it happen. So I am so amazingly thankful that you guys have supported me throughout these last couple of election cycles. I'm happy to inspire and help however I can. And please join my movement. I've got, you'll see a petition circle in here. Get on my email list. They're not just gonna ping you for money all the time. We're actually gonna talk policy, and you're gonna know where I'm gonna be. I have somebody who's scheduling me now. It's like a whole level of campaigning that I haven't done before. It's been so long, just me in the back of my trunk with all of my fabulous volunteers, and now I have a little weight behind me, and I'm just so excited for the resources that we can start to bring to the state again. So please do not lose hope. Because in places where I have never seen any kind of Democratic turnout, I'm seeing crowds. They were talking about messing with the map like they did over in 2022. The first thing they did was propose that like Lincoln County and Pike County were gonna be part of the 3rd again. So kind of to troll them, I went to the very first No Kings protest that they had in Troy, Missouri. We had over 30 people there. We had people yelling support more than middle fingers. And the community was really inspired to keep growing. In Rollo, we had a group of 125 people, and I tell you, about 1/5 of the crowd, they were under 23, and most of them were poor kids like me. So we are getting people together, marching forward together, because that's what it's gonna take to win, and we must win. It's not just about Medicare and Social Security and protecting, these earned benefits that we deserve and are that are in line with what should be our American values. It's building a future brighter for our future so that our kids can drink clean water, breathe clean air, and have a fully and equitably funded educational system that guides them into leadership positions and not just perpetual corporate debt. So thank you all for your time today. Please reach out, please donate. Right now, my bigger donors are looking at all the little donors that I get. So every dollar, even a $5 donation means a lot. So thank you all for being here, and I'll hand